Welcome to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders on 1240 Radio WOMT.
And we're back with Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders. Good morning, my friend, Mr. Jim Reif.
Morning, Terry.
How are you, sir?
Hey, it's February. I'm excited. We're that much closer to spring.
There we go. Jim, today we want to kind of talk about some contract issues when working with Jim Reif Builders.
This is more educational for the general public, not just because of us. Okay. Our program today is going to talk about lien and waivers of liens.
Okay. So break it down right away.
Not a problem. Lien. A lien is something, if you as the homeowner do not pay the contractor or contractors like plumbers or electricians or other people like that, those people have a right to put a lien on your house. That would mean if you ever sell your house, they would get first dibs at getting money out of that sale before you do. They move up to the top of the food chain, you could say, because you didn't pay them for work.
So are you saying the homeowner not paying the general contractor, or are you saying the general contractor not paying a subcontractor? That could come back to the homeowner.
Both ways. So if the owner doesn't pay the general contractor and or his trades or vendors, like the lumber yard,
plumbing,
places,
so on and so forth.
Correct. Then those people can put a lien on the house, and that'll get that money at the end. What's real important is that you work with a reputable contractor, because you don't want that contractor to take the money, use it on a different project, or have this luxurious vacation that he's paying for from it and not pay his bills.
Right. So ultimately, that general contractor could really mess someone up.
That is correct.
Without them even knowing it.
That is correct. And that's why it's important to do reference checks and if you have an attorney, have them check into stuff through the court system.
And simply just work with a company that you know is well respected in the community, not just someone that here today and gone tomorrow.
Correct.
Or someone that may just be doing this on the side.
Another thing, and I don't want to comment too much on that. I'm not here to badmouth anybody, but I'm here to help educate the consumer that this stuff does happen in our community, whether it's storm chasers or other contractors. So it's important that people do reference checks and check into their contractors. Okay. Now, what's key is that when you do pay the contractor or the plumbers or so on and so forth, they provide you with a waiver of lien. That means they're going to sign a document saying they received that amount of money and they cannot come back to lien your house at any future date. So I, as a general contractor, require all our trades and our vendors, like the lumberyard and such again, to sign when they get their check from us. That is then turned over to the homeowner every month if the project continues for more than 1 month. At the end, the same contractors and vendors have to sign a final waiver of lien saying that they got all their money, they're owed nothing, and they cannot put a lien on your house. And you as a homeowner should keep those documents like for eternity.
Wow.
At least until you sell the house.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's real important because you don't know what could be potentially out there with that lien. Now, to file a lien, the contractor has to notify you ahead of time that they have that ability to do that. So right in our contract, it says that if you don't pay us, we have the right to file a lien on your property. So that has to be told to you ahead of time so the consumer has that protection. We've never filed a lien on a client. Everybody's always paid us. We've always been real good with things like that. And we've never not paid our trade contractors. They file a lien on a consumer's home.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing for the consumer to know that, ask those questions.
Wow.
So.
Jim, great information just for our listeners out there to understand that whether they're working with you or anyone else, to understand the importance of liens and waivers of liens.
That is correct. And Terry, I want to emphasize that these programs, after we air them, are on our Facebook page. so people can go back and listen to it again if they didn't catch exactly what I said today.
And share it with other people in
share
case
it.
they
That is correct.
know of someone that needs to listen to the show.
Yes.
That's why we archive it.
Hey.
Jim, how can people get a hold of Jim Reif Builders?
Well, you can check us out at Facebook, as we mentioned.
Yes.
That's a great opportunity. We have a great presence on the web at jimreifbuilders.com, and we always love phone calls, 684-6899.
Jim, we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Terry.
Thanks for listening to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders, the leader in new construction and remodeling here on the Lakeshore. Let their vision enrich your lifestyle. Tune in again next week for another episode of Fine Living on 1240 Radio, WOMT. To learn more, visit jimreifbuilders.com.